The time Tavarez Finsey getting them feelings and attack PJ Patterson. Like we hear him have to say before we go to why I believe he is running out and capping, because it's an ex-capper this, you know. Yeah man, him full of cap over there, you know. See it yeah? Senior member of the Jamaica Labour Party, Tavarez Finsey, say Patterson owes Jamaica an apology over Finsey.
What can go so? What can go so? What can go so?
Now, more of the ask this man. We claim to say I'm a King's Counsel. Right? And all of these things. And Speaker of the House and one bag of something. So, the Jamaica Labour Party not supposed to apologize to it. 200 plus people were affected by SSL. The Jamaica Labour Party not supposed to apologize for trillions of dollars that cannot be accounted for. The Jamaica Labour Party not supposed to apologize for the money where the tax office, TAJ, I get to Norman done and somebody else with 2 empty buildings. You think we forget about that? My back pan him again, you know. My back pan him again, you know, because I come out today and I run off him out. But and I tell be a lie. I do one video, you can go watch it. You understand? I post it already. I do one video earlier with Norman done. We have the building and not a be where the Jamaican tax dollars are paid. Millions of dollars for and it empty. The Jamaica Labour Party, Sultan Tavarez or whatever you want name. You never did no say on a party supposed to apologize for your pay for building with our tax dollars were empty for how much years now we not use. Eh? You never know say them for apologize for that. Misuse of funds, inappropriate use of funds, right? Clear nepotism and cronyism. You never know say you're supposed to apologize for that. Make we hear him have to say still. Make we hear him have to say.
At the forum dubbed Setting the Record Straight, former Prime Minister PJ Patterson criticized the current government, saying the Holness administration appeared surprised about public interest in the Stocks and Securities Limited SSL. He's also suggested that among Usain Bolt's options is to sue the Financial Services Commission FSC, given that he is among investors at SSL who were defrauded. But the King's Counsel Tom Tavarez Finsey is taking Mr. Patterson to task for what he says is a framing of the SSL issue that is misleading.
In his monologue last night, the former Prime Minister failed to note various media publications which cite documents revealing that many of the people impacted by the fraud at SSL, including the iconic Usain Bolt, had a substantial portion of their investments fleeced in 2012 and 2013 when the People's National Party was in government. This took place while the ex-PNP administration was being warned by the FSC about misconduct at the entity, yet no effective measures were put in place to protect the investors. Patterson and the PNP's inappropriate move to name-drop Usain Bolt in their misleading political rhetoric is unfortunate.
He says Mr. Patterson missed an opportunity to tell Jamaicans sorry for the policies of his administration which hurt thousands.
Many Jamaicans who will never forget were yet again disappointed when Mr. PJ Patterson attended a forum at the summit in St. Andrew and failed to apologize for his administration's reckless FinSAC policies, which destroyed more than 40,000 businesses and drove some Jamaicans to commit suicide. But nevertheless, enriched a few individuals who remain connected and prominently positioned within the People's National Party. Mr. Patterson's comments on the SSL issue and his attempt to ascribe political blame to the current administration for fraud at the entity is unbecoming, misleading, and represents a new low for the ex-Prime Minister.
Mr. Tavarez Finsey is describing Mr. Patterson's stance as inappropriate.
Patterson should adopt a contrite posture, clothe himself in the proverbial sackcloth and ashes, and tell the Jamaican people sorry for his administration's 18 missing years, which were characterized by destructive policies which hurt thousands of Jamaicans and set our country back several decades in a number of key areas of national life. The current Jamaica Labour Party administration will not be distracted as we continue to lead the recovery in the interest of Jamaica, land we love.
Shalois Michael for Nationwide News.
Stop lying! Stop lying! Stop lying. Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
All lies will be exposed, ladies and gentlemen. I have one question for Mr. Tavarez. Release the FinSac report then. No? Why don't you release the FinSac report? Why you guys don't release the FinSac report? If the FinSac report is so damaging to the PNP, and the PNP, according to you, did all of this in 2013, and as a matter of fact, what report claimed that the people them lose money in 2013? Where's that report? I want media outlet, me see, put out information about that, you know. Where's that report that people in SSL lost money in 2013? Where's that report? Where is it? And we're in terms of the FSC, didn't you see the information that the finance minister at the time put out against SSL? And furthermore, let us say that the People's National Party made a mistake in 2013. Well, if your government is very aware that there was an issue in 2013 and FSC warned the People's National Party and they were either slow to do something or they did not do anything at all, how then did they get a sanction? How then did SSL get a sanction? And then after that sanction, how then did you guys legalize, give them a license after those sanctions? If you were fully aware that SSL was operating in this way in 2013, because you are the one that came up with these lavish statements a while ago, you know, Mr. Tavarez. And I'm challenging you with these questions. If your government knew this all happened in 2013, why on God's green earth did you give SSL another chance to rob more Jamaican people after you guys knew that the PNP did not do it right? You see, it sounds good enough until people start to ask critical questions based off the stuff that you're saying out of your mouth. And I want the people over this side to have that level of even higher than me. I want you guys to ask questions, the right questions, when they hear these people utter stuff out of their mouth. Listen to them very carefully and then position yourself and your mind to ask critical questions, because that don't make no sense to me, and I want to know from you if it make any sense to you. Does it make any sense to you, ladies and gentlemen, for the People's National Party to have this blunder in 2013, and then when the Jamaica Labour Party came in power, they gave SSL a license, they put them on the stock market, they took it a step further when they were in power? So why then is the Jamaica Labour Party never taking responsibility and accountability for their actions, but they feel free to manufacture things to blame the People's National Party? I'm not saying the People's National Party don't have any blame whatsoever, you know. I am saying, if what he's saying is true, the greatest blame has to be placed on the Jamaica Labour Party, because they are the one that have all the answers. They are the one that knows how to manage the country. And the People's National Party is just incompetent, according to them. But now we're in a technical recession, whatever that means, right? It's not a recession really, but it's a recession really by the scope of the definition of international standards. You see where I'm going with this? These people are using semantics. These people are using wordplay. These people are very good at creating narratives for people that are dunce to follow. But when they get down to the nitty-gritty of asking the right questions and getting the evidence, where's the transparency? Release the Crow report. If there was a report that was done, yes, release the Crow report. Since SSL since SSL is because of this People's National Party, release the Crow report. How about that? Let us not have any more arguments. No more arguments. Just release the Crow report. Can I get an amen? Should they just release the Crow report? Because this would be a game changer for the election, right? Releasing the Crow report will expose, according to Tavarez, Finsey, that money was taken away from the people from 2013 while People's National Party was in power. Uno released the Crow report and the argument done. How about that? You know, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, you know, but somebody tell me something to become a politician, you know. But I can't be a hypocrite. So I won't become a politician. But these guys are easy food, bro. These guys are easy food. I'm telling you. Easy food.
Therefore spared any repeat.
So here is why them vex. This is why them vex. PJ Patterson come crush them can. So them run out. You understand? And him never tell no lies. Him never tell one lie.
Now we come to SSL. And I ask, how could any government in their right senses possibly think that the failure of a licensed institution to retain 200 investors whose money has vanished could become an issue of national secrecy? It is a matter which is of concern to the entire nation and our standing in the world. And for them to have thought so borders on lunacy when one of the members is a living legend. I want to be very clear. Nobody is singling out Bolt for any special treatment. He hasn't asked for it, and I don't think he expects it. But the widowers, the pensioners, and all the persons who were robbed have a compelling interest in finding out how the money goes. Usain Bolt is a loyal Jamaican who is an international icon. He's not going to use the same image or rhetoric as his parishioner, Mr. Thompson from North Trelawney also. But the fact is, even if he kept quiet about it, there is an interest because you have some publications that track the income and the worth of athletic stars and of musical stars. So they have been following the story. And when they see a sudden dip in their account, they're going to take notice of it. So it is just sheer stupidity for them to pretend that this thing can happen and the opposition is not going to say anything about it. We're not creating any partisan issue out of it. This is a national issue. By my own profession and disposition, I don't like to engage in rumor, speculation, or gossip. I know there is a legal presumption of innocence to which all accused are entitled. If anyone who thinks that whatever Miss Panton is accused of doing, if in fact she did anything could be done by her alone, must still believe that the world is flat. Justice demands that the thief or thieves be found, and receivers of the stolen money, if any, end up where those who have been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction go, where criminals belong. Bolt's money was not lost, it was stolen. plain as daylight. We must not prejudice the right of fair trial of any accused. But there are issues which, according to our constitutional entitlement of free speech, demand ventilation and not a muzzle. In 1998, Mr. Eric Thompson would have had no legal recourse for a failure of his bank. But now, there's the FSC. Mr. Bolt has very competent lawyers. I do not intend or need to offer them legal advice. But what I would say is, if they have not already done so, the FSC had better pad up a top-class legal team. Because the question is going to arise, has there been a breach of its statutory duties? And they certainly expose themselves to civil action in our courts by any of the, or all of the 200 investors whose money has disappeared. I want to move to an area which demonstrates the fundamental difference between our two political parties. The PNP has always endorsed the critical value of strong economic indicators. Let no one tell you otherwise. But the PNP does not believe macroeconomic stability is an end in itself. We recognize it is a vital foundation upon which to build sustained economic growth.
Lorraine, big up yourself, you know. Miss Mickle, big up.
And lasting social progress.
Like I share the live, guys. Like I share the live. Thank you.
Plainly put, we don't only want a good report card for the multilateral financial institutions, but more so, we want the money and the performance measures to be used as a key to ensuring development in order to accentuate the full release of our human potential and to yield a satisfying quality of life for our Jamaican people. Norman Manley, in 1938, espoused the party's commitment to place an emphasis on the masses who were poor, weak, and vulnerable. That has endured throughout the ages as a priority for all PNP administrations. The party's record of social intervention throughout all its terms in government, from Norman Manley to Portia Simpson Miller, is well documented. Our policy initiatives in the social sector have been consistently based on rigorous analysis that underpin our policies and programs. Setting the record straight, in the 90s, we introduced a poverty index which allowed annual tracking on the impact of cost increases on the entire population and particularly on the lowest income groups. That was the basis for the introduction of the National Poverty Eradication Program. It helped us to identify selected geographical areas, not based on political support, but on the basis of needs, which deserve special interventions in terms of providing physical and social infrastructure. Let the record show we dramatically reduced the poverty line, which was at 28.4% in 1990 to 9.9% in 2010. It is clear that the focus that we placed on the poverty index no longer exists. Why do I say so? Despite the macroeconomic statistics, so many of our families, workers, and those in menial services are today demoralized and discontented. In the last 8 years, we are falling further and further behind on meeting the 2030 Millennium Goals. The party introduced a human resource development program because we believe that the country must invest heavily in human capital if we are to get a qualitative improvement of our daily lives. We believe in shared prosperity, not confined to a special few, but shared equitably. And hence, we shifted focus from poverty alleviation as a welfare benefit to poverty alleviation as a means of providing human justice. Hence, PATH, a social safety net, no longer food stamps and handouts. We sought to alleviate poverty by building capacities for families below the base income line, elderly, disabled, youth at risk. Cricket imagery was made by Mr. Gordon. For us, this was a shock attack on the ranks of poverty and inequality. Health.
We're not for going no further. We're not for going no further. That's why they vex people. That's why they vex. Pick up POJ TV, that's an excel from them, see? Yeah, that's why they vex. That's why you see Tavarez run out. You understand what I deal with? Run out wicked. Run out wicked. So that is it. I remember for watch my next video. Pastor Peter Chambers. The next excuse me, topic when I come up with Pastor Peter Chambers run out. I'm gonna even irritate people. This is going to be an exclusive reaction. I don't listen to the video yet. So we are gonna go through it together, yes? But yeah man, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all coming sometimes.